Hello and welcome to the Elite 11 competition here at Redskins Park. I'm Andy Hayes for the Gameday Broadcast Network. Right now joined by Jordan Palmer, who's the associate head coach here of the Elite 11 event. And Jordan, this is an exciting event. You had a lot of the best quarterbacks here on the East Coast. Talk to me about how it went today.
It went great. You know, it was great. As a quarterback and an evaluator, I always like to see a little bit of elements, and we had some wind today, and we put some guys on some turf. We've probably never even seen turf before, but it was great. You know, we had a lot of talent from local areas, but also some kids coming in from some other states. And what we just try and create is a competitive environment where we can get the best quarterbacks in the country to go out there and put one piece of food on the table and have them all fight for it. And that's what we had today.
You have a unique experience with this. You've been here for 15 years. You said involved with this. You competed in it. Now you're coaching in it and consulting in it. What is the one thing that stands out to you about this year's class of quarterbacks?
You know, I think this is a real scrappy, competitive class. When I look across the board, and we watch pretty much the film of all the potential candidates, all the top quarterbacks in the league in the country every year. What I've noticed this year is there aren't as many guys who just absolutely separating themselves from the group, but there are a lot of guys who are doing whatever it takes to get there. And we saw a little bit of that today with William Crest and Caleb Henderson, some of these guys coming in and trying to separate themselves and trying to nudge themselves in front of the other guys. And I think that that's a real testament to you know, the way these kids are growing up, the systems they're playing in, and their understanding of what the Elite 11 process is and the mindset that they have when they get here each day.
All right, so let's talk about Caleb Henderson for a second. He's a guy that's in our local area right here, and he's going to North Carolina. What's one thing that stood out about his game that you like?
Well, you know, I think anybody who has a frame that he has and is coachable has a really high ceiling. Obviously, he made a lot of plays on tape and won some games, but I want to see a kid. You don't need to see a kid that's got everything and perfect, and we don't see those kids very often. But you got a kid who has that kind of frame and has the ability to retain information, take it, and then apply it to that next rep, apply it to that next group, apply it to that next drill. Those are the types of kids that have really, really high ceilings and play for a long time. And so when I look at Caleb, I think of a guy that you know, that has some physical tools, but also has the ability to take some information, retain it, soak it in, and then have it transfer to the game.
All right, let's talk about what happens next now.
We did not pick a winner today. We're handing out invites this early, particularly this year. There's going to be a smaller number of invites to the finals. We want to make sure that it's a shoe-in and that somebody absolutely took that thing and ran with it. We had a lot of guys competing at a high level today. Didn't feel like we had that kid separate himself from the rest of the herd. So we're going to continue to evaluate tomorrow. We have a Nike football training combine. Further evaluations will be made there. And, you know, we usually do sometimes one invite, but a lot of guys are going to get invited, you know, via phone down the road. And so the door's not closed by any means when we leave Virginia. There's still opportunities for these guys to get involved. At the end of June, early July, at the finals up at the Nike campus in Oregon. And it'll be a phenomenal competition, and it'll be watched by many.
All right, Jordan, thanks for joining us today, and good luck. And we got a chance to catch up with a bunch of the guys here from today, including Caleb Henderson from Lake Braddock. Here's what they had to say.
It went really well. They have a lot of great quarterbacks out there. I was just glad I had the opportunity to compete in front of some really good coaches.
What's one thing that you come out here and you realize when you get in front of some of these other talented quarterbacks here about your own game?
That I just need to be consistent as possible, because everyone has a good arm, everyone can throw spiral, everyone can hit spots at times, but if you can do it consistently, then that separates you from everyone. So.
All right, there have been some quarterbacks in the past in this area that have gone to the Elite 11. You know, it's been a couple years, but ultimately, what would that mean to you, and kind of what your goal is here with this whole thing?
That'd be great to bring it back to Virginia, so that's definitely a goal of mine, to try and bring back the Elite 11 to Virginia.
Talk about your commitment to North Carolina. I was reading an article. You were saying that it just felt right to you. Any second thoughts, or are you set for sure?
I mean, yeah. Again, it just felt right. And the second I walked in the building and I saw Coach Anderson again, I just knew, like, I really missed that coach, and he's a really great guy. And I just wanted to be a part of the football team there. So. All
right, Lake Braddock coming up here. Lots of excitement. You guys are expected to be really strong and probably one of the leaders coming into the Northern Region race here. Really for a state championship in Division 6. What's going on in the offseason? How do you feel about your team? Give us a little snapshot of what we might see.
We're going to be very, very good. We were really young last year. We have, I think, 15 returning starters for next year. We're going to be very good, very experienced. We're running a little bit different type of offense. but not really. It's kind of still going to be the same stuff, but we're going to be very good, very big. Tempo's going to be faster too. So.
All right, give me the rundown on AJ Alexander, because he was here with you today, right? And I saw you talking to him. He's a special talent. I know he's out here somewhere. You know, he's a unique guy. He's big, strong, and fast. What have you seen with his development in the offseason?
Oh, he's gotten before. I mean, straightaway speed. He's always been fast, but it took him a while to get to full speed. But he's been working with our conditioning coach, Coach Weiler, and he's been working with trainers, and he's really gotten to get up to full speed faster. So that's really helped him. He's always been bigger and stronger than any corner he's gone against. So that's not a big deal for him. So.
All right, finally, I'd like to know who you kind of pattern your game after. I mean, everybody watches the NFL. I'm sure you have a guy that you've looked at and said, you know, I like the way he plays. Who's that for you?
I mean, I really like Drew Brees. Like, I love the way he throws. I don't know, it's just so consistent. Again, consistency is what I strive for. But, I mean, I don't really look up to anyone. I just kind of try and be myself and try and make my own footsteps. So.
Doing well. Getting out competing against some of the best guys out here. It's been a good opportunity.
What was one thing that you picked up seeing all the other talent out here?
Really just, you know, seeing how smooth some of these other guys are and how smooth their delivery and how the ball comes off faster. So just kind of being smooth and then going through all these drills, footwork, you know, putting air on the ball, accuracy, all that sort of stuff.
What's the one thing you think you can work on? You've already won 3 state titles here as a quarterback, but what's the one thing with your game that you'd like to see yourself improve upon this year?
Probably arm strength, being able to make the throws to the outside a little bit better, more on the line and like tighter spirals.
Here with Brady Reitzel, broad-run quarterback, coming back now after 1 full year as a starter. Brady, I know you learned a lot in that first year. You're out here today competing against some of the better quarterbacks on the East Coast. What was your experience like?
It was a lot of fun. I learned a lot of new things, a lot of new drills. Coaches taught me a lot. They helped me out. It was nice, different from like other camps because like they were more focused on the quarterbacks, unlike everybody else that's there. So I learned a lot from them.
What was the one thing that kind of stood out to you today that, you know, from a competition standpoint here with the rest of the area in the Mid-Atlantic, quarterback-wise, what was the one thing that stood out to you?
The competition and what else is around me, like the talent of everybody that I'm playing against. I like to see it like when I'm actually with them, because usually they're on the other side of the ball, so I don't really get to like interact with them.
What do you have in mind for this broad run team coming up this year?
Oh, I got high expectations. I can't wait for the season to start. I think we're going to surprise a lot of people this year, actually.
What would be your plans now moving forward through the summer? What other camps and so forth are you going to be doing?
I'm going to a lot of college camps, probably like 10, 11, 12, a lot. I'm going to Pitt, Delaware, WU, Princeton, Harvard, a bunch of other camps.
Here with Donnie Gasser, quarterback for the Dominion Titans. Donnie, lots of expectations here for this Dominion team coming up. Your thoughts?
Ever since my sophomore year, we've really been like working hard in the weight room. I'm going to be a senior this year. Like last year was a big improvement from went from 0-10 to 3-7 now, you know. And so I mean, finally getting some players like recognized, like Yazid, who's got a few scholarships. Well, I'm getting some looks, and so some other players. So yeah, I mean, I think we should surprise some people this year.
All right, out here at the Elite 11 competition, your thoughts on how it went today for you?
I started off a little bit like shaky, but I think like at the end I really like calmed down, started throwing good balls, you know. Just yeah.
All right, what do you think you need to work on after seeing some of the other talent out here?
Definitely a lot of footwork drills, which I struggled with early, and just, you know, not hitching too many times before I throw, and working on that 5-step rhythm. Yeah.
Here with Michael Gavin, quarterback for the Heritage Pride. Michael, you're out here at the Elite 11 competition, getting some reps in. What were your thoughts here as you walk away?
It was just a wonderful experience, honestly, just being able to come out here. It's being an underclassman and lower, you're not able to go out and get that golden ticket, but next year coming back, definitely gunning for it. So.
All right, new coach, Coach Prosser coming in. Talk about the excitement there at the Heritage program.
We're really excited. Coach Prosser is just an amazing coach. He brings a lot of enthusiasm, his whole coaching staff and everybody. He's really got to turn the program around. We're going the right direction right now. We're gonna shock a lot of people, I think.
Talk to me about your style of play. What will people like to watch about you here in the fall?
I think in the fall, really, people, when they watch me play, they're gonna hopefully think that, wow, that's a really smart decision. Like, I'm not gonna go out there and try and, you know, be something I'm not. I'm gonna drop back, dissect the defense, and be a surgeon.